Okay, students, so in the last class we have discussed about the introduction to the SSC. Okay, so the static series synchronous compensator. So now we will be discussing about the operation and capabilities of the SSC. So we also had a brief idea regarding this particular discussion. Okay, so the SSC is nothing but it is a static device. Okay, just like a STATCOM. Okay, which was a static shunt compensator, but this is a static series compensator. Okay, so static synchronous series compensator works just like the STATCOM. Okay, so this SSC, that is static synchronous series compensator, it works just like the STATCOM. Difference is that it is connected in the series. So STATCOM is connected in parallel to the or shunt with respect to the supply or with the connection or with the system, but the SSC is connected in series with the system. So it is able to transfer both. Okay, so in the last class we have discussed regarding the introduction part. Okay, hello, yes. So in the last class we have discussed about the introduction part to the STATCOM and SSC. Okay, so we will be discussing more in details with this particular SSC. Okay, so in the I hope you have seen the particular lecture in the YouTube. Okay, so in the STATCOM and SSC, the only difference is that in STATCOM the system is connected parallel to the supply or to the STATCOM means the compensator. The compensator is connected parallel to the or shunt to the system, and the SSC, that is the static synchronous compensator. Okay, so the static synchronous series compensator, it is connected in series with the system. So they perform the same operation. Here also SSC can supply power, okay, to the system in series, and it is also capable of compensating reactive power, both acting as a capacitor or capacity by generating capacitive current and inductive current both. Okay, so I think we have discussed this part, okay, in brief. So now mode of operation. Now talking about the mode of operation of SSC. So generally the line reactance is constant, but its net effect can be controlled through the voltage induction. That means the line reactance is constant because we cannot control the reactance of the line. Okay, now what is the application of SSC then? The application we all know, it is for the reactive power compensation, and it can generate also the power into the line. So it can inject power into the line. Okay, but it is not affected by the that means the line reaction constant base, but its net effect can be controlled through the voltage injection. So its effect can be controlled. Effect can be controlled means that reactance is constant in the sense physically the reactance is constant, because reactance we all know, it is the inductive reactance is the resistive part of the inductor. So it is in ohms, we all know that. So if a transmission line is there, the reactance is within it, we cannot change it, but the value of the reactance is equals to 2 pi f L. Okay, so L is the inductance of the line. Now what is inductance? Actually inductance also flux per current. Okay, and what is current? Voltage by impedance. So that means we can conclude this, that it can be controlled with the voltage injection. So the STATCOM can inject voltage into the system. If it is injecting voltage into the system, so this is variable, this one is variable, so the voltage is variable, so the current will also be variable. Okay, the current is variable, the inductance is variable, and if you are able to vary the inductance, we can vary the inductive reactance also. Okay, so the line reactance is constant, reactance is constant itself, physically it is constant because we cannot include more ohms. Okay, so the line reactance is constant, but is the effect can be controlled by the voltage induction. So the effect of the reactance in ohms, so the magnitude of ohms is obviously changing, but physically we are not changing anything, we are just changing the voltage injection or controlling the voltage injection, which is resulting in the change in the line reactance. For instance, the line current decreases as the inductive reactance compensation level increases from 0 to 100%. That means with the okay, so the line, for instance, the current decreases as the inductive reactance compensation level increases from 0 to 100%. That means when the inductive reactance compensation level increases, okay, so which means that when we need to increase the reactive power compensation, okay, inductive reactance compensation means the reactive power, or we can say the reactive power compensation, the inductive reactive power. So there is more load, okay, and so the load is increasing from 0 to 100%. So the inductive reactance is also increasing. So we need to, compensate the reactance. We need to compensate that inductive load. So the inductive reactance needs to be compensated. What is happening? The current is decreasing. Why current is decreasing? Because the SSC is drawing more current. So it is drawing current. It is not supplying current. The SSC is drawing the current. Okay, because reactance is need to be compensated. Okay. While the current increases with the capacitive reactance compensation level from 0 to 33%. When capacitance effect is there, that means when the reactance of the capacitor, the capacitive reactance is more. Okay, so the capacitive reactance compensation is required. In that case, the current will increase in the system. So because the STATCOM, or sorry, the SSC will operate in such a way that it will compensate the capacitive reactance. That means it will induce or it will draw the capacitive reactance towards itself. Okay. So this was the figure which was representing that, which was giving an explanation that when inductive mode the current is decreasing, so it is minus. For capacitive mode the current is increasing, so it is plus. Okay, so the current will increase. So this is the vector summation. VQ, what is VQ? VQ is the voltage that is injected into the line from the SSC. SSC is injecting the voltage, so this is the injector voltage. Okay, VQ is the injector voltage and VL is the line voltage. It can be noted that the STATCOM, the SSC does not only increase the transferable power, but it can also decrease it. So it does not increase the transferable power also. That means it is not used for only supplying the power to the system, because SSC, when it is connected in series with the system, it will compensate the reactive power and also it will supply some energy. Okay, it will act as an energy source also. So it is not only acting as an energy source, it is not only supplying the power. Okay, so it is not only supplying the power, but it is also drawing the power as well. It is also drawing the power as well. This reverse polarity voltage is fed directly to the line voltage as if the line impedance was increased. Okay. In short, the effect of the reactance compensation is in or normalized power flow in the transmission line are as follows. That means the effect of the reactance compensation, how the compensation takes place in the SSSC on the normalized power of a transmission line. That means when the emulated reactance is capacitive, the active and reactive power flow increases and the effective reactance decreases as the reactance compensation increases in the positive direction, which means that when the normal emulated reactance is positive, capacitive, that means when the normal reactance in the system it is capacitive, then the active and reactive power flow increases because it acts as a voltage supply, okay, power supply. It acts as a power supply, and the effective reactance decreases as the reactance compensation increases. So it is when it is acting as a power source, okay, so what it will do, it will supply active and reactive power. So it will supply active and reactive power in such a way that the overall capacitive system capacity, or sorry, the capacitance of the system is increasing. And when the reactance is inductive, when the system reactance is inductive, okay, in that it will be drawing the power, okay, in that sense the active and reactive power flow decreases. Now transmitted power versus transmission angle characteristic of this particular SSSC. So it is the relationship between the power transmitted and the transmission angle. So SSSC is connected to the system, okay. Okay, my screen is not visible. Okay, sorry, wait. Okay, now I think it is visible. Okay, now, okay, so we will see the relationship between the transmitted power versus the transmission angle of the SSSC. Okay, so the SSSC, if it is connected to the line, so it is transmitting some power also because it is supplying the power also. Okay, so the SSSC injects the compensating voltage in series with the line irrespective of the line current, because in the SSSC structure, okay, we have seen that it is connected in series with the line. If you can see this one, this was the static series synchronous capacitor SSSC. It is connected in series with the line, okay. That means it is also injecting voltage in the system, but it is irrespective of the line current, irrespective of the current. So whatever load is there, because current varies depending upon the load, isn't it? Because the amount of power which is transmitted, suppose this is I current, so this Vs will be constant, Vs is constant generally, okay, because the supply voltage which is there in the system, so the generator is generating the power at a certain voltage, then it is stepped up and then it is transmitted. So suppose the transmission voltage is 400 kV, so 400 kV is constant, okay, we will try to maintain the voltage constant. So Vs is 400 kV, suppose, supply voltage, okay. Now the current which is there, the current depends upon the load, the line current on load, it depends upon the load, because it's proportional to the load. So more is the power, more is the load demand, the more is the current, so ultimately V into I will increase, okay. So that means the SSSC, that it will inject the voltage in the system, because it is also injecting the voltage in the system, it is not dependent upon the current, okay. It is not dependent upon the current, because whatever the load is there, it will always try to inject the voltage irrespective of the current, irrespective of the load. So whatever load is there, it is not a matter for it, it will continue to supply the power and it will inject the voltage. So the transmitted power versus the transmission angle relationship, therefore becomes a parametric function of the injected voltage. Because see, generally we know that the power which is transmitted from a transmission line, if I rewrite the equation for a transmitted power, we know power transmission is equals to sending end voltage multiplied by receiving end voltage divided by line reactance into sine of the power angle between them. It is known to us, sine of the power angle between them. But here, since the sending end voltage, receiving end voltage, okay, we are considered, suppose we are considering to be same. Why we are considering to be same? Because there is some injected voltage in the system as well. Suppose the voltage drop is say Z per unit. Okay, sorry, the voltage drop is suppose Vd per unit. Okay, voltage drop, that means Vs minus Vr is Vd, but that Vd will be supplied by the SSSC that is connected in series. That means it will inject some voltage. So after it is injecting the voltage, okay, what is happening? After it is injecting the voltage, after the SSSC is injecting any voltage into the system, okay, the sending end voltage, receiving end voltage can be considered to be equal. Okay, plus the equation for the injected voltage should also be there, because when this SSSC is connected in series with the line, it is injecting some voltage. When it is injecting voltage, it is actually injecting some power. So the actual power equation of the transmission line is this. But when SSSC is connected in series, due to the power injected by the SSSC as well, so the power equation is modified for the two meshing system. So it can be expressed as a two meshing system. Okay, so this is the injector voltage VQ. Okay, and it can be expressed for a two meshing system as follows. So the transmitted power equation becomes this. So the normalized power versus power angle plots for a parametric equation are shown in this particular figure. You can see this is the figure. Wait. Yes, for this particular equation, which you can see the power equation where SSSC is connected. Okay, so if you plot this particular equation of the power with respect to delta angle, so we can get this particular graph. Okay, where see in x-axis we can get the delta angle which is ranging from 0 to 180, and on y-axis it is actually power per unit. It is starting from 0 and we have taken maximum 1.5 per unit value. Now since we know that in power equation, since we are having this sine delta term, okay, so obviously the power equation will be a sinusoidal one. That is why in power system stability you have studied that the power equation is generally represented like this. Okay, this is P, this is del. Okay, so this is the maximum value at 90 degree. Obviously it will be 90 degree, we will get the maximum value. Similarly here also we are getting similar kind of a graph, but there are different values. Okay, you can see there are many graphs are there, okay, of different magnitudes or different heights, elevations. That means first dotted one, you can see it is almost equals to 0.5 per unit, because over here the injected power is minus 0.707, which means that the STATCOM the SSSC is drawing power from the system. Okay, so if it is drawing power from the system, so if you are putting this as minus sign, so this equation will be first term minus second term. So obviously the power will decrease, so it is less than 1 per unit. Similarly in this type, in the over here, since VQ is less than, it is actually equals to minus of 0.353. So it is, the subtraction is less. Then what will happen? The value will be again less than 1 per unit, but it is increased. Okay, because it can be understood that for value of 0.7077 minus 0.707, what we are having, this is suppose term A and term B. So you are subtracting, so obviously it is decreasing. Okay, in the next case, when it is minus 0.353, here it is also subtracting, but since that 3.3 is less than 0.707, so the value of P will be more. That is, the value of P is more. Now it is equals to 1 per unit. 1 per unit means this actual value, this is 1 per unit. This is 1 per unit. When this term is not there, because when VQ is 0, the second term won't exist. Second term won't exist because this is the additional term. Because from 1 per unit, if this is subtracting, so it will less than 1, it will be less than 1. If it is adding, then it will be more than 1. So when VQ is 0, so the power which you are getting, you are actually getting the rated power. So it is 1 per unit power. Now when VQ is positive 0.353, okay, we can see this equation also. It is 0.353, so it will be more than 1 per unit. And if it is 0.707, it will be reaching the value of 1.5 per unit. Okay. It is told over here that the normalized power versus del plots for a parametric function of VQ are shown in this figure for V equals to 0, plus minus equals to plus minus 0.353 and plus minus 707. For comparison, the normalized power P versus the del plots a series capacitor compensated two meshing system, okay, as a parametric function of the degree of compensation K. So in the next plot, what we will do, we will take a series capacitor compensator. We will take not a SSC, we will take a normal series capacitor, a capacitor bank. Okay. Now if you take a capacitor bank and if you find out the power equation, so this is the equation of the power. Because for capacitor bank, what happens? There is no additional injecting voltage. It is just the capacitor bank connected in series. Okay. So the series capacitor bank will result in power of V square by XL into 1 minus K, where K is the ratio of the XL by XC. XC is the transmission line reactance, XC is the capacitive reactance of the capacitor bank, series, connected in series. Okay, so this curve is also represented in this way, that when K is 0, that means the power will be V square by XL, that is the rated power 1 per unit. Now, if K is decreased, okay, or if you, the value of K is put in such a way that it is less than 1. So if it is 1.5, that is, it is 0.2, then the value of denominator will be XL minus XL into 1 minus 0.2. So 1.5 means where K value is 1.5, that means the value of K will be, if you put over it will be 0.2. So the solution will be V square by XL into 1 minus 0.2. So V square by XL into 0.8. So obviously the power will increase. Now if the value of K is reduced to 1 by 3, okay, that is 0.33. So if it is 0.33, so the equation will be V square by XL into 1 minus 0.33, that is 0.66. If it is 0.66 in the denominator, which is less than 0.8, so the power will increase more. So it will reach 1.5 per unit for K equals to 3, where you are using a series compensator or series capacitor compensator, okay, not a SSC. So this is the same power we have achieved over here. Here we have achieved also 1.5 per unit. Here also we have achieved 1.5 per unit. Okay. So for this comparison, so what we can compare from here? For comparison shows that K is chosen to give the same power loss as the SSSC with the corresponding VQ. That is, delta is 0 is equals to 90 degree and K will be 1/5 where VQ is this one. That means when VQ, okay, when VQ is 0.353, then we are getting the K value to be 1/5, and when VQ is 0.707, then the K value is 1/3 for the same power. So for 1.5 per unit. Okay, for 1.5 per unit. The comparison of these corresponding plots clearly shows that the series capacitor increases transmitted power by a fixed percentage of that transmitted by the uncompensated line at a given delta angle. That means when the power is not compensated, that means this is the case where the power is not compensated. Okay. Okay. So you can say the line is not compensated. The line is not compensated because there is no compensation in the line. So that power is 1.5. But with the help of compensation, the power can be increased to 1.5 per unit. That means we are able to increase the power transfer. The power transmission has increased. So it has increased to a considerable amount with the help of a series compensator, series capacitor compensator, and also by using a SSSC. Okay. So it increases the transmitted power by a fixed percentage of that transmitted by the uncompensated line at a given angle delta. Okay. By contrast, the SSSC can increase it by a fixed fraction of power transmittable by the uncompensated line independent of delta in the important operating range of delta 0 to 90 degree. That means here it is independent of delta. Okay. Why independent of delta? Because in this case, if you see, we are changing the value of K. So the changing the value of K, the power is increasing and decreasing. Okay. So it is totally dependent upon delta also, K and delta both. But in this case, in the first case, here the power is increasing and decreasing based on the value of VQ, the voltage injected by the SSSC. So this can be compared in such a way that suppose a situation occurs when there is some fault in the line. Okay, then if you are using a series capacitor, then it can happen that the system frequency may change, or it will try to be out of synchronism. Okay, out of synchronism. So the power transfer capability is fixed upon the is dependent upon the transmission line. If there are 4 transmission lines connected in parallel, so if 2 are disconnected, the power transmission will be hampered. Okay, and what happens? The angle delta. Okay, the angle delta. If the power transfer limit is not reached, then the angle delta will increase. Okay, it will increase and it will result in out of synchronism. So the stability of the alternator will try, the governance system will try to regain the stability. So when there is some fault, so there is shortage of power, there is excess of power because the power has been cut off, the load has been cut off rather, there is excess of power. The excess power cannot be transmitted, so the governor system indicates that the generator should regain its stability and the load angle will decrease. Okay, so there is an involvement of load angle all the time, but if SSSC is connected, whatever be the load demand, the SSSC can increase the power transfer limit independent of the load angle. Whatever the load angle is, the power transfer can be maintained successfully. Okay. So for applications requiring the power flow control, the basic P versus del characteristic is shown in this 6.32. Indicates that the SSSC similarly to the STATCOM inherently has twice as wide control compensation range as the VA rating of the converter. So it has the twice as wide control of compensation range. Okay, so it has twice as control of the compared to a normal series capacitor. Compared to a series capacitor, it can transfer the power. It has the range of 2 times. Okay, this means that the AAAC can decrease as well as increase the power flow to the same degree simply by reversing the polarity of the injected AC voltage. So reversing the polarity of the injected AC voltage means the AAAC has the capability of injecting power also. So it can work as a capacitive reactance compensator as well as an inductive reactance compensator. Okay. Okay, so it can be operated as a inductive reactance compensator as well as a capacitive reactance compensator. This means that the AAAC can decrease as well as increase the power flow to the same degree. So it can decrease or increase its power flow. That means it can contribute to the power flow or it can consume the power flow also, consume the power also by reversing the polarity. So there is no rotating part, there is no moving part. Okay, so this rotating part is not there. So the power flow can be altered by altering the polarity of the system. Okay, so the reversed 180 degree phase shifted voltage as directly to the reactive voltage drop of the line as if the reactance or reactive line impedance was increased. So this is just the indication that the reverse polarity will help you, because if you see carefully that the sending end voltage and receiving end voltage, if the ratio or the concept difference of the sending end voltage and receiving end voltage magnitude, okay, this magnitude is less than equals to the value of VQ, then power flow will reverse. Okay, that means the reverse polarity in such a way that the difference in the sending end voltage and receiving end voltage, suppose in a transmission line the sending end voltage is Vs, receiving end voltage is Vr, so the difference between them, you will get some value. If the value is mod value is less than the value of the voltage injected by the AAAC in the line, okay, that means that voltage is less than VQ, and the power flow will reverse. Okay, power flow will reverse with the line current equals to VQ minus by. So quite simple. If you see this particular diagram, it will be able to understand. You will be able to understand that this is Vs, this is Vr, okay, and this is VQ. So obviously Vr, okay, will be equals to Vs plus VQ. Okay, so if VQ can be done like this, minus Vr plus like this, okay, plus, okay, minus Vs plus Vr, minus Vs plus Vr, okay. Now if it is minus VQ, then it is plus Vs minus Vr. Okay. So which means that if the ratio, if the difference Vs minus Vr, this difference is suppose 50 and VQ is 100, okay, VQ is 100, so that means the voltage which is adding up in the system, the voltage which is adding up in the system, okay, is more. That means if you perform this, you are supposed to get VQ, isn't it? You are supposed to get VQ. You are supposed to get VQ. Okay, irrespective of the sign. Okay, if I take the mod value, then this will be equals to VQ. It is equals to VQ. If I take the mod value, it is equals to VQ. Then we don't have to write this equation. But if it is VQ is more, that means VQ is more than that. That is the difference of the line. So where is the extra voltage going? Isn't it? You cannot give an extra voltage. So extra voltage means actually it is the reverse polarity. So it is being drawn back. The power is being drawn back. So it is reverse polarity. Right. So this is reverse flow. The power flow will reverse, and the current will be that extra voltage minus the difference in voltage divided by the line reactance. The power flow is reverse means it is supplying the power, it is drawing the power. So that power will be, the current will be VQ minus difference of the voltage by the reactance. Now control range and VA rating. Now what is the control range of the particular system, or what is the control range actually? See, the SSC, when it is operating like this. Okay, this is a VI rating, VI range actually, voltage versus current range with respect to reactance. Okay, so the SSC can provide capacitive or inductive compensating voltage independent of the line current up to its specified current rating. So up to a certain current rating, it can compensate the inductive and capacitive voltage. Okay, so it can provide the compensating voltage of inductive and reactance, inductive and capacitive reactance. So it can supply a capacitive voltage or it can supply a inductive voltage as per the requirement, but it is independent of the line current. Okay, up to its specified line current. So when the current is within the specified current, okay, line current is within the specified current limit, then it can generate the, or it can supply the capacitive voltage and inductive voltage independent of the current. But if the line current exceeds the specified current limit, then it won't satisfy the condition. Okay, thus in voltage compensation mode, the SSC can maintain the rated capacitive or inductive compensating voltage in the face of changing the line current theoretically in the total operating range 0. So from here we can see in this particular diagram which is shown over here. Okay, so number 1, because it's figure number 6.535A1. okay, it is told that the voltage okay, so the voltage compensation mode of the SSC can maintain the rated capacitive or inductive compensating voltage in the phase of changing the line current theoretically in the total operating range of 0 to maximum IQ. So IQ max. So IQ max means this current. Okay, so this is the total current. Okay, starting from 0 to maximum current of the SSC, and this is the injecting voltage. Injecting voltage for the inductive case, it is injecting voltage is VL max, positive VL max, and for capacitive voltage it is negative VC max. Okay, so this is the limits of the voltages, and they are graphically represented with respect to X in this way. Obviously, because in the particular SSC, if it is supplying inductive voltage in the system for inductive power, inductive reactive power compensation, so in that case the current will be lagging the voltage. So that this is the phase of the current. You can see VL phasor is given over here. This is the maximum value. So the current is lagging the voltage by 90 degree, and this is the maximum limit of the current, this point. And when it is supplying the capacitive voltage, the capacitive current voltage phasor diagram is over here, which is 90-degree lagging with respect to current, because in capacitive circuit the current leads the capacitive voltage by 90 degree, and this is the maximum value of the capacitive voltage, which is the injecting voltage, and this is the point of the limit of the maximum current. Okay, so corresponding losses, okay, as percentage of the inductive capacitive rating of the SSC versus line characteristics are shown. The VA rating of this particular SSC, which is the solid state converter and the coupling transformer, is simply the product of the maximum line current and the maximum series compensating voltage. So this is the reactance, maximum reactance, line reactance, capacitive reactance, inductive reactance, and both are shown. Okay, so this shaded portion gives you the total VA rating. This is the VA rating, that is the maximum voltage multiplied by maximum current. You can see this is VA rating, I max into VQ max, VA rating. So that means the VA rating is represented by this particular graph. This is the VA rating. Okay, so it can work from here maximum up to here. Okay, this is the VA rating, this point, maximum value for the inductive mode and the capacitive mode. And this is the line reactance. Reactance will be this less, okay, because VL by I will give us this reactance. Okay, this is VC max by I max, so this is XC. Now B is showing this figure number A2 and B2 are showing the losses, percentage loss. Okay, so what amount of percent loss is there in the system, okay, with respect to the voltages and current, and this is the VQ max. That means for VQ maximum the loss will be maximum. Okay, so this is the control range and VA rating. So in the impedance compensation mode, the SSC is established okay, so impedance compensation mode, the SSC is established to maintain the maximum rated capacitive or compensating reactance at any line current up to the rated maximum as illustrated in the particular figure B. So this figure shows that the SSC has been used for maintaining the maximum capacitive and compensating reactance. Okay, now the corresponding losses are also represented over here. So this is the VQ max line. From VQ max line we can see that for which nature of the voltage and current we will get the VQ max line. Okay, for the losses, so losses are only represented by this. This is the loss, okay, because this is the total VA rating, this is the reactance value only, and this is the loss value. So loss value is also with respect to power, it is in power, okay, but it is shown in percentage loss. Okay, so loss is obviously maximum when the VQ value is maximum. That means when the voltage injected is maximum, the loss will be maximum, and loss will be minimum when the voltage injected is minimum, that is 0. Similarly, the reactance we are considering, okay, so injected reactance, or you can say reactance to STATCOM, so SSC is maximum for the maximum loss, and it is almost 0 for the minimum loss. Note that in practical applications, as indicated previously, for variable impedance type of compensators, the Imax can be separately defined for the rated maximum steady state line current and for a specified short duration overcurrent. So the basic VA rating of the major power components of the SSC must be rated for its currents and for the relevant maximum voltages, because the VA rating has to be fixed very precautious, in a precautious manner, because the VA rating has much more significance in the power system, because in the power system studies, for protection purpose or for any load flow analysis, okay, because whenever there is a fact device connected in the form of STATCOM or SSC or whatever, the VA rating should be specified, and VA rating should be maintained at a certain level, okay, so which will obviously contribute towards the performance of the system. Okay, so it is seen in the figure, because the previous figure itself, it is seen that an SSC a 1.0 per unit VA rating covers a control range, okay, corresponding to 0.2 per unit compensating bars. That is, control range is continuous from -1 per unit capacitance to 2 per unit capacitance. Okay, so in many practical applications, only the capacitive series current converter is required. So the per unit value, okay, of the rating, suppose we are talking about the rating, isn't it, that VL max into I max. So this is the maximum power, okay, maximum which power? Maximum VA rating of what? Maximum VA rating of SSC for the inductive mode, okay, and this is the maximum VA rating of the capacitive mode. That means this is the for the capacitive mode and for the inductive mode, okay, maximum VA rating, so it is 1 per unit, okay, and this is for the capacitive mode, this is also 1 per unit. Okay, if you add them, that means the total one will be plus 2.0 per unit. The total is 2 per unit, total rating, VA rating, okay, because -1 is for capacitive and +1 per unit is for the inductive mode. So in many practical applications, only capacitive series line compensations are required. Generally, in many cases, capacitances compensation are only required, okay. So capacitive series line compensation is only required, and the inductive series is not used, because it is a static series synchronous condenser, so both capacitive effect and inductive effect will be there in series, so only capacitive effect is only considered. Now in these applications, as well as in those which already use or plan to use series capacitors as part of the overall series compensating schemes, the SSC may be combined cost effectively with a fixed capacitor, okay. Sorry, where is this figure? Okay, so that figure is not being shown over here, okay, whatever. One second. Okay. Okay, so that this particular figure is not shown. So in that figure, it was shown that when the capacitance was there in practical cases, in these applications, okay, in the practical applications, In those who are already use or plan to use the series capacitors as a part of the overall series compensation, the SSC can be maybe combined cost effectively with the fixed capacitor. So generally fixed capacitors are also combined with this particular SSC, okay, where the SSC are generally taken as the 0.5 per unit, okay. So what happens, the VA rating is combined with the fixed capacitor of 0.5 per unit VAC rating to form a continuously controllable overall series compensator with maximum compensating range of 0 to 1.0 per unit capacity. That means in that case, the total SSC as a whole is not used for all the cases, okay, because a series capacitor is also used. So it is meant to say that generally what happens, if you rely on a SSC mode, then you will have a 2 per unit capacitors, 2 per unit of VA rating capacity. That means 1 per unit is for the inductive one and 1 per unit for the capacitive one, okay. But in many cases what happens, to avoid this, because the VA rating becomes double, okay, so it cannot be used everywhere. So in the capacitive part, means the upper portion capacitive part, if I represent over here, in that case a series capacitor is used, okay, whose rating is 0.5 per unit. And then for the inductive part, okay, where this is VL, inductive part, the SSC is used for 0.5 per unit. As a result, we get the total 1 per unit, okay, so that we don't have to go for the double of the VA rating, okay. So the VAC rating, okay, to form a continuously controllable overall series compensator with a maximum compensating range of 0 to 1 per unit capacity, okay, so it can be only used for that particular rating only. So the injected versus line current characteristics of the SSC, okay, so plus the fixed capacitor arrangement, FC means the fixed capacitor. So considering both, okay, so the injector voltage versus current, so injector voltage versus current means this one, so SSC plus the fixed capacitor. If you use 0.5, then it will look like this, okay, it will look like this. So you will have a 1 per unit. So rather it is not as I have shown you, okay, it is generally in this way. So if you compare these two with the previous one, so over here it is not generally in this way, it is little bit slanted. Otherwise this is for 1 per unit, but if I want to represent in totality, so it will be slanted like this. Why? Because over here we are getting 2 per unit, 1 over here and 1 over here, so total 2 per unit we are getting. But in this case we will not get 2 per unit, we will get only 1 per unit, because the arrangement is made in such a way that a total will give you 1. This is also 1 per unit, okay. So this is the interesting part over here. So this is the combination of the SSC and the fixed capacitor. So for the inductive part, you can see the inductive, and this is the VC means the fixed capacitor voltage. Fixed capacitor voltage is added, okay, and the graph is like this, okay. So the voltage is decreasing with respect to current as the capacitance is more. So if the capacitance is more, then the capacitive part will be more, okay, inductive part will be less, because the maximum current will be obtained in the inductive capacitive part. because inductive part is almost 0. Okay, and over here the value of the injected voltage, okay, need not be equals to the maximum, because we have already a capacitor voltage, series capacitor voltage. So the total voltage injected will be Vc minus Vq. Okay, Vc minus Vq. So you will get this voltage over here. Now this is the graph for the reactance. Okay, for the particular reactance, same thing, and for the losses, corresponding losses. So you can see the nature of the reactance also is changed. Okay, so Xc is the reactance of the capacitor, fixed capacitor, and Xq is the reactance of the triple SC. Okay, so the corresponding loss versus line current characteristics are also shown. This compensation scheme from the standpoints of major component, converter and fixed capacitor rating and operating losses is extremely advantageous, in spite of the fact that the fixed capacitor produces a compensating voltage that is proportional to the line current, and therefore the controllable compensating voltage range of the overall compensator also becomes to some degree a function of the line current. So you can see there is a difference, that here the voltages are a function of the line current. So as the line current increases, the voltage is decreasing, isn't it? As the line current increases, the voltages decrease. Here also we can observe that. But in the previous case, when only triple SC was used, then the voltages were independent of the line current. So line current, whatever is there, if line current is increasing from 0 to maximum, still the voltage will reach its maximum value. It does not depend upon the line current. So this is one more drawback, but there is an advantage that we can use 1 per unit instead of 2 per unit. Okay. So capability to provide real power consumption, compensation rather. This I will be continuing in the next class. Okay. So these are the few studies which are there in your syllabus. So the control rating and VA rating is also there. Okay, and this particular rating for the capability of the real power compensation. So how much the real power can be compensated? There is also graphically represented. Okay, so that is also important. So we will discuss that in the next class. Okay, so before leaving, I want to tell, have you got the notice for the internal exam, second one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the internal exam will be held in a different way. Have you gone through the points?
Yes, sir. It's application oriented question.
Internal exam that will be means held. The exam will be held through all the students must switch on their camera. Okay, and then the exam will be held. So not only MCQ based, but there will be some subjective based questions as well. You have to solve it, you have to scan it, and then you have to upload it.
In Google Form, sir.
Maybe in Google Form or in Google Classroom, whatever, that will be later be told, okay, or disclosed. That is not yet
Oh,
confirmed, but the teacher can take any kind of you can say platform. Okay, so that will be instructed. Okay, because it is better that a common platform is used for all the subjects. That will be better.
okay, sir.
Now, since the lockdown has been started once again, and the students are not allowed to come to colleges, so have you thought about the projects? Now you have to perform the projects from home itself, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so whatever progress you have done, or if you are unable to do anything, or if you are stuck somewhere, then you must contact your project guide. Okay, you must let him know, or maybe intimidate. Okay, so are you all carrying on with the project or not? Or totally stopped?
Sir, how start, sir? All are, sir, different place. Project, project.
Okay, but the planning has been done or not? Different planning. You've done the planning.
Yes,
Planning is what is the project?
sir. Solar-based power station, sir. For electric vehicles.
Or electric vehicles.
Yes,
I think you have to do simulation type project will be better for you because it is not possible to do hardware in this particular
yes,
round. So simulation application may be done.
yes,
Okay,
right.
but solar based that means you will be providing any charging station for the electric vehicle like that.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So electric
Charging.
vehicle, what the electric vehicle, how much power do they consume? Do you know?
Yes, sir.
What is the amount of power do they consume electric vehicle?
Sir, I forgot, sir. I read, but I forgot.
Uh, because the amount of current required for charging an electric vehicle and the amount of power required for the electric vehicle to charge. Okay, that
Yes, sir.
your portable battery provide that because you have to use a huge battery and the solar which is there, the solar has to be also the array should be multiple arrays because otherwise it will not be able to track that amount of current to produce a sufficient amount of voltage.
Yes, sir. Right. Sir.
So that is also required. You have to know that what is the voltage per solar cell. It is almost zero point 0.5 or something volt. Okay.
Yes, sir. Five.
Uh, so provided that it is the sunlight is adequate and it is clean because in the solar panels if dust is there so the efficiency will fall down. So always the
Yes.
solar cell is always clean. If you see any project you will see the solar panels are always cleaned.
Yes.
Okay.
A special person allowed for this
Hmm.
cleaning person.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Solar panel. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so then you may leave now. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.